Many years ago, a man named Vince decided to spend the evening dancing at O. Henry's ballroom just outside of Chicago. He spent a little while at the ballroom having a few drinks, and finally he got the courage to go over and ask this pretty blonde girl to dance with him. The two danced for a while to really fast-paced music, and he didn't really get much of a chance to talk to her. But when the music slowed down, he finally leaned over and he had a chance to hear her and talk to her for a little bit. She told him that her name was Mary and that she lived not too far away from where he lived. The two danced for quite a while after this, and he started to notice after a while that she was just really cold. But he told her that her being cold just meant that she must have had a warm heart. This pleased Mary, and they spent the rest of the night dancing together. When the night was over, Vince offered Mary a ride home. He knew about where she lived because she lived close to him. So he was driving her to about where he lived when she told him to stop. He pulled the car over on Archer Avenue and realized that they were outside of Resurrection Cemetery. Mary got up to get out of the car and she turned and looked at Vince and said, "You can't follow me." Vince was stunned by this and he just watched Mary go. She walked over to the gates of Resurrection Cemetery, touched the bars, and seemed to just disappear. Vince spent the rest of the night looking for her because he didn't believe it. There was no way that she could have just disappeared. So he drove all around looking for her. And the next day he decided to just go to her house. He went to the address that she gave him while they were dancing the night before. He rang the bell at Mary's house and a middle-aged woman answered the door. And he realized that she looked like an older version of Mary. So he asked her if Mary was home. And the woman told him that Mary didn't live there anymore, and in fact, she had died in a car accident 4 years previously. Vince never returned to that ballroom again, and he never returned to Resurrection Cemetery again. But Mary was seen at that ballroom quite often, and she's still seen walking down Archer Avenue outside of Resurrection Cemetery today. There was actually an incident in the 1990s where this man, he thought he'd hit a woman walking down Archer Avenue, but when he got out to see if she was okay, there was no body. He couldn't find the body anywhere. Completely panicked, he stopped and asked the driver driving by, "Hey, I just hit someone. Can I use your phone?" But when he told the driver that the woman's body had disappeared, the driver said, "Man, don't worry about it. You didn't hit a woman. You hit a ghost." And that is the story of Resurrection Mary.